So we all are in day 44 of enlightenment or no death sessions, 49 days. So today we are having a wonderful topic again, friends, by Dolores Cannon. It's about after death activity. So before we go into the topic, I would like to read a little bit about Dolores Cannon. So Dolores Cannon, a regressive hypnotherapist and psychic researcher who records lost knowledge, was born in St. Louis in the year 1931. She then started her writing career and began selling her articles to various magazines and newspapers. She has been involved with hypnosis since 1968 and exclusively with past life therapy and regression work since 1979. Dolores is now teaching her unique technique of hypnosis all over the world. Dolores is an international speaker who has lectured on all the continents of the world. Her 13 books are translated into 20 languages. She has spoken to radio and television audiences worldwide. Dolores received outstanding contribution and lifetime achievement awards from several hypnosis organizations. So this is a little bit about this author, friends, and now getting into the topic after death activity. After dying, there seems to be a period of confusion for some spirits. All do not experience this. Much of it depends upon the manner of death, whether it was natural or sudden and unexpected. The main thing that I found is the assurance that one is never alone after through the death experience. There is sometimes a period when you're not really sure where you are, whether you are on the physical plane or on the spiritual plane, because some of the sensations are similar, yet they are different. And you're trying to figure out what is going on and where you are. There is a period of orientation or reorientation, which can be confusing to some as they figure out where they should go from here. But they need not worry because help is sent immediately. Usually, a handful of souls will come that you have had close karmic connections with in former lifetimes. They will be there to greet you, and the person will recognize them due to his connection with them in the immediate past life. Another thing that causes confusion when you cross over to the spiritual planes is that your memory starts opening up to your past incarnations and your entire karmic picture. So you will recognize those souls. First, initially in the relationship, you knew them in the life you just left. Then you will start remembering other relationships where you have known them. That's part of the process of remembering all of your karma while you are on that plane. So you can understand what you have just completed and what you still need to work out when you return to Earth again. Information about the different levels of existence began to emerge when I was speaking to a woman who was in between lives and attending school on the spiritual planes. So, this is the channeled information, friends. So, Dolores, she asked, could you explain about these spiritual planes or levels? So, then the lady, the subject will say, if you would like to envision an inverted pyramid, God would be at the top or the longest edge, and humanity would be at the bottom or at that point. The planes are in between, and as they go higher in number, they become more spiritual. As one advances planes, one broadens one's awareness and becomes closer to God. However, this pyramid analogy lacks in several aspects. One being that the top or the longest part would be infinite. To be God, it would have to be infinite. So Dolores asks, what is the ultimate goal? Then the subject says, to be one with the God, to join with God again and reach perfection. And then you don't have to come back anymore. So Dolores asks, how many lives does it generally take? It varies with different individuals. If they can stay with the goal they have set and the pattern and not forget why they are there, and stay in touch with their inner selves and stay strictly on the path, it doesn't take as many. But too many people get caught up with the ways of the world. Their egos and their vanities are built around them, and they lose contact with the spiritual, deeper truths, the reasons behind their existence. So again, Dolores asks, if we didn't incarnate, how would we reach God? The subject says, through other methods, through hoping, assisting incarnated beings, through being a guide, a teacher, a helper, a friend on the spirit planes. There are many different methods. Dolores asks, what is the objective of physically working up through these planes if it can be done from the other side? So subject says, we are ascended beings. We are forming a ladder. There are others whose entire purpose is stationary. This is similar to people in a marathon. There are those at certain points who do nothing but hold the water and give it to the runners as they pass. These runners are ascendants, if you will, from the beginning to the end. Angels are the assistants who do not climb but merely serve. Our purpose is to first start at the beginning and run until we get to the finish. However, there is no first or last place. All who cross the finish line are winners in that race. Well, what about the animals? You said they do not have individual souls? No, the spirit of the animals are different from humans. They have group spirits, and these are worked out with the other elementals. Some animals, such as cows and horses, have the herd tendency, which is easily identifiable as a group spirit. But animal spirit do not have personality as humans do. They are life forces, however, and do inhabit bodies, animal bodies. Does an animal spirit ever incarnate as a human being? Yes, it does, eventually. It is part of its spiritual growth. Just like you will go on to other higher levels, so does an animal spirit separate from the group spirit and become an individual soul and begin the process of growing spiritually. Many of the people on earth have been animals in other lifetimes or on other planets eons of times ago. So Dolores asks, then an animal is a part of a group spirit and it can become individualized and break off from the group? Yes, it happens because of love. Humans showing love to an animal gives it a personality. Love helps it to separate and makes it more individualistic. This raises their consciousness. This is the way you should always be loving to all the creatures. So, this is from her book, Friends Conversations with the Spirit Between Life and Death by Dolores Cannon. So, this is what happens, and this is, she had given a great information, yeah, in this short article. Yes, friends, if somebody wants to share anything, you can go ahead and you can unmute yourself and you can share. And regarding this, like about the animal past life. Few years back, I heard from a friend or one whom I have attended a course with. So she was telling that she was a whale in one of her past lives. That was the first time for me to listen that that one can also incarnate as an animal being, and then slowly they can come to the human life. They take a human life. It is really interesting to know that, friends. Yes, anybody wants to share anything? Yes, Vandana.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Um, I remember my teacher telling us that uh, at times what we learned was that we do not generally, become animals again once we are in the human life form. But there are certain times when there are certain desires which remain unfulfilled. So to just clear those desires, we again take a animal birth and then it is cleared. But being an animal, that cannot be cleared. So she cited an example. She said that some yogis who do severe austerities and they do not take care of their body. So being hungry is one of them. The food craving is with them. So they do not attain enlightenment because that craving still is with them. So unless and until they fulfill that desire, they would not attain to the higher path. So how to do that? So suppose they incarnate as a pig. So what basically pig does, he just eats and eats and eats mindlessly. And once that thing is fulfilled, then it is done with it. And she cited an example of a cow. So this cow was with Ramana Maharishi and quite an enlightened being. Ramana Maharishi actually took her soul in his body to free her from the karma she was holding on to, and then she became enlightened. I would see if I can get that hold of that article exactly what it was, but it was this way. Then I'll share it.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful, Vandana. Yes, so it's very new information that you have given about the yogis and yeah. So thank you
And
for
I
that.
remember one of my past lives, where I did severe austerities and I just did not take care of my body. I was craving for food, but the desire to attain that higher form was so intense that ultimately the body withered out without any results to it. So that
Yeah. Thank you so much, Vandana, for sharing. Yeah.
well,
Yes, Sharu. Please go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I don't know. I am not aware of what Vandana ji said that from the human kingdom we can take birth to the animal kingdom or we go reverse, because there's an evolution process that is the mineral kingdom, plant, animal, and then human kingdom. So this evolution takes place like that only. Animals can definitely take birth as humans, especially those who are being domesticated and who are being given a lot of love. That's what Dolores Cannon also said. But I'm not aware of the fact that we can take birth, we can go reverse and we can take the birth as an animal. As far as the human, whatever the karmas are concerned, for example, Vandana ji just told us about the saints and the sages who take the vows or who just go hungry for a very long time, but they always take another birth only in the human form, in order to curtail, in order to release and balance those karmas that they have created. So I'm seriously not aware of that. But if it is like that, I would request Vandana ji to share something more about it, because I'm not aware of this fact. Because Dr. Newton also did not teach us this. He did not bring about this kind of a point that we can go, we can reverse back. In mythology, yes, I'm reading a book called A Palace of Illusions, in which also it is being said that Vishnuji took the avatar of a boar. As a master, he took an avatar of a boar because he wanted to, curb all the sufferings of the people. Yes, that I'm aware of, but these are all in the books and the Vedas, the mythological stories, and which are associated with the Trinity, that you can say. But I really am not sure about that. But yes, I would love to read more about it if there is any information which is related to this, that human beings can go back to the animal kingdom. So Vandana ji, please, if you can just share with all of us, if you get hold of anything, please do share with all the members here. So I
Yeah,
would
definitely,
request.
Shad. And this is
Yeah.
only in exceptional cases. It is how it is, the way you have told about the evolution. It is just that way. It is just in this, yogic culture I'm talking of. When we learn regression, it is not there that way. So
Mhm,
of course, I will
mhm,
share this. We have also been taught from mineral kingdom, and sometimes we are extraterrestrial beings, so we come here. So it is that way, only the way exactly you are telling. But
mhm.
about Ramana Maharishi, a cow was enlightened because of Ramana Maharishi. That's I'm very sure. I'll just catch hold of that article which is there, and I'll just share. It's in exceptional cases. Normally, it
Mhm,
does not happen.
mhm, mhm.
It's
Okay.
exactly the way you and me
Yeah.
have learned.
Yes, 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 yes. So, okay, so just share some interesting articles on this if you get hold of it, so that we also just read that. And
Definitely.
as Vandana ji and Madhu Garu was saying, even I had a chance of seeing my past life as an animal, and I saw myself as a rabbit. It was in Dr. Newton's class only. So when we were going through a process where he said that we have to go in the animal kingdom and we have to see that what we were during that time. So it was a long thing because the basic was when I took the class here on the core belief, I told everybody that there's always a major core belief that the spirit always brings with it. So I had a core belief of this, that I am lonely. So where was it coming from? So I saw it in the mineral kingdom, then it was being transferred to the animal kingdom as well. So there was a connection. So through this connection, I could see my mineral kingdom, what was I at that time, and why was I lonely at that time, and then I carried it forward to my animal kingdom also. Why was I lonely at that time? So I was trying to get to the nitty gritties and the root causes of my core beliefs. So in that process, I saw myself as a rabbit, I saw myself as a big rock in the middle of the ocean. So there were so many things that were revealed at that time. So but it's beautiful if we experience and we get to know that who we were and what are the root causes of our core beliefs and the belief systems that we have. So thank you so much. I just wanted to share this. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharu. Thank you so much. Yes, Madhvi, please go ahead.
Good morning, Madhuram. Good morning, all.
Morning.
Yeah, it's a wonderful session again. Uh, yeah, it's really beautiful, like how we are preparing or how we are knowing about the after death experience. And yeah, and what I just wanted to add a few points on. I don't have good experience or anything related to this, but I would like to give some insights about what Vandanaji said just now and what Sharu also explained about this. Yeah, actually, we read Bhagavad Gita as well as Bhagavatam. Especially the Bhagavatam is the all about the Godhead. Actually, it's under Bhagavad Gita. You all know about it. In this con we read shlokas and meaning about that. And that in that, actually, what Vandanaji said just now at the moment, it is. I did not read anyway, but this is absolutely there. But I need to search where exactly this conto is written. If a human being who's going for a higher perspective of life, and if he has any of the desires before he's leaving the body, or like he's anything he wants to have for the next incarnation or the next birth, then he will become a animal. Like for example, if for a simple example, if he wants to become a CEO of the company, then his desire will not fulfill as a human being as a CEO of the company, but his desire will become so much that he will become a rat in that company. So like so to fulfill that desire and to fulfill his own ability, then he will get a rebirth like that. So that's the reason why they all keep on saying that if you have a fulfillment, if you want to do something, just do it. This is your own life. This fulfill everything and try to go to the Godhead like that. Try to reach the supreme. After all, knowing everything, even a prostitute having so much of false life in her life, but in the last stages, if she says that, oh Lord, this was my profession I had, but in future, or this is at the end, I know I realized where I need to go. Please take me into your feet. Then she will definitely go without any incarnation or without anything. This is what how Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam explains about this one. So I just wanted to give some insights. But in case if I come across about this topic, like how they get incarnated with your karmas, actually, what we are holding today, we'll definitely get those karmas actually. So either it can be in human form or the plant form or the animal form. And this is really written in the Bhagavad Gita. So I can, in case if I come across that paragraph and explanation and everything, I will definitely share it. And I got this experience from the ISKCON when they were reading from the Vaishnavas. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Vandana, you want to say something?
And I would just like to add that as we were saying this, the evolution started with Matsya avatar, so then the boar Narsimha avatar. So that is how 9 avatars were there, and they represent the various stages of evolution that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Yeah.
9 avatars that we have are stages of evolution.
Yeah. It's Matsya, Kurma, Varaha,
Yeah.
Narasimha, Vamana, Parashurama. Yeah.
Yeah. So we started
Ramakrishna.
from the fish. Yes, that's exactly how it is.
Mm. Yes, Ram.
Good morning, everyone. That's a wonderful sharing and a beautiful article again, Madhu. So I think maybe this topic we were discussing could be one of the questions we can ask Patriji when he's here this Sunday, just to add further more clarifications. Also, from my little understanding, and even going through various authors, various books, I have a similar understanding that evolution always goes above, like the pyramids one that was explained by Dolores case here, and going back very, 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 very rarely happens. So 99.999999999% it's always going up. So this is one thing. But in any case, we have to consider this question to be, let's say, asked Patriji, so we can have more clarity on this. Who else can give a clear-cut clarity than Patriji on this coming Sunday now? Yeah, this is one thing, and something that connected to me in this article when you were reading was about when she says, "What is the purpose of evolution?" And she says that as we evolve, we go back to the infinity. And that clicked in me was that go back, those two letters, which means that we are pure in the beginning and we are going into that purity. And all this process is a part of that going back. I loved those two letters. Not that, I mean, everything was beautiful, but those two letters clicked in me. So thank you. Thank you, Madhu.
Madhu, if I may.
Thanks. Yes,
Yeah.
Vandana, please.
So yes, enlightenment can only happen in the human form. It cannot happen any other way. That is it. So when I talk of that cow which became enlightened, it was because Ramana Maharishi took the soul of that cow in the human body, in his body, and through that she became enlightened. So human body is very necessary, and it is not, I'm like, as you said, it is upward movement. So it is how it is. We cannot reverse it.
Mm.
So it is just that a few tendencies that are left, we take that birth to fulfill those tendencies. Vasanas that we talk of are those tendencies. So when those tendencies are fulfilled and desires are met, we again, but in very few exceptional cases, and of course, we need to have one Ramanna Maharishi with us, to help us out in that journey. Otherwise, it's not possible.
Mm.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vandana.
Yes, I wanted to also give some insights about this one. Like in especially I like follow this ISKCON things. So in that they like what they say is like human getting a human form or I mean, getting a birth of a human is like we took maybe 350,000 years of you know births actually from from evolution from we don't know from animals and plants and everything, and then we got this form. So this human form. That's why we have to cherish this human form to seek the higher perspective of life and seek the karma so that we will not return back. It is very rare to return back unless and until we have that strong desire of animality. If we try to kill the animals, then we are getting or we are taking the karma again back to go back to those again those some thousands of births, to return it back. So instead of doing that, why don't you return, or why don't you reach your higher perspective of life, like going to the godhead or to the I don't know, to the supreme. So that's the reason why don't do those things and don't add upon your karmas in this present life, because this is the human beautiful life and you received it after so many thousands of births actually. So this is what they explain about the things in the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So I just wanted to put more insights on this one. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much, Madhvi. Yes, our life is very important here. What we do, how we act, and how we think. So what you said is true. We have waited so long to take these to where we are now. So we should not go back again to add up more karma in in not taking care of animals. We have to always take care of our animal friends. Yes, as Dolores mentions here. So thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, Indraji.
Thank you, Madhuji, for this session and this reading. It's really wonderful. It gives us a lot of clarity on what our life is going to be after death.
Mm.
And I'm firmly grounded on the earth plane. I can see that, but I'm just beginning to evolve. And evolution, I think, is a one-way street. It's a one-way street. Our journey on this one-way street can take us 1,000 years or many thousand years. And God is a kind person. God is there to help us, not to punish us. He's
Very
not
true.
going to He's not going to push us backwards, pull us forwards, and play games. I think the little knowledge I have and the little growth I had in this lifetime, although I find it is immense now than all these years, with that little knowledge and growth, I think that that evolution is a one-way street. It's only going forwards, not going backwards.
Mm.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautifully said, Indraji. Very simply said. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Yes, mom, you want to say something?
Yes, good morning, all.
Good morning.
Yes, yesterday I have been to my mother's farmhouse. Okay, while you were reading about this article, I wanted to share the experience which I had yesterday.
Mm.
Yesterday, we all went to my mother's farmhouse, and so there I saw my son taking care of one street dog. He named it as Whiskey, and it lays like a vegetable there. And my son was there since many days. He used to come and he used to go to the farmhouse, and he said me, "Oh, Whiskey is not doing well, ma." So he took a lot of care for that, and he consulted many of doctors also, and they said because it's a street dog, as it has not been vaccinated, it has been infected with some disease like, and for
Mm.
sure it the body is collapsing, and there is no use of any medication, and it's
Mm.
going to die like that only. So I didn't see before, and when yesterday I went there, it was just lying just like a vegetable. So I couldn't control tears seeing that. And my son is very much he loves pet animals, whatever it is, either cows or dogs or pigs or any animal. He loves them so much. Wherever he sees any animal or something, he takes he buys some biscuits or milk and goes and give it to them. So like that, when I went there, he gave two raw eggs to that whiskey, and he brought some biscuits. And as he drinks cold water, he gives whatever he likes. That only he gives to others also. So he gave cold water to that, and he couldn't raise his head and drink that. So it just it lay like that only, and just raising its head like that, and it was licking. So I felt very bad. And as yesterday Sharu was telling, so first we have to take the permission of that animal or a human, whatever they are. So we shouldn't interfere. So I just went to that and I cuddled it and I took into, I patted its head and said, okay, don't bother. If you give me permission, I don't know whether I can heal or not. Just by thought power, I thought, okay, you will be good. If you give permission, I will think of you and I will meditate for you. I said like that. And I couldn't, I came back turning, seeing that only. And I came back. I came back home, and my son said, "Okay, ma." He took into that dog into his hands and he placed it into some other safe place because it may not get disturbed by these ants or this animal, the crows or like that. So I came home and I kept on thinking of that whiskey, and I thought, okay, the doctor said it has its end like that only, so it's no use. It couldn't rise. So I was thinking yesterday night, and I thought, okay, whiskey, if it's time for you, please vacate the body, because why should you suffer like that? So just even now while meditating, and when you were studying that, telling this article, still I was meditating and tears were rolling like that only because I couldn't see the suffering of that dog like that whiskey. So I thought, and really, I thought my son, my children, they are so good of that. Taking care of that pet animal, so not pet animal, it's actually a street dog. So whatever it is, so uh, I don't know, I felt very sad for that. And even now I'm praying for that. Okay, whiskey, if it's time for you, please go away. So you will, as I too, as far as I knew also, it said that as Shadu was telling, first mineral, plant, animals, and we evolve like that, and last is the human form. So I believe if you are so good, and if your karmic records and everything are balanced, and one or the other life you are going to be an enlightened beings, that divine beings. So from human beings you are going to be an divine beings. That is also I believe. As far as I read also, I came to know that we are not going back. We move forward. I don't know. As Vandana was saying, I had to search for that also, if anything. So that's I wanted to share today. I felt really bad. Not bad. I think it has to have a peaceful journey. It has to make it its body. And let's hope for that. And also yesterday when you were talking about the children, of course, Minu, when you were very small, you used to close your eyes and you were walking. Yesterday when we all left the meeting, and then I thought, okay, I should have told about my children, because my son also. So actually, you were walking like that with closed eyes, and you pretty well knew where the wall is, where your bookshelf is, and you used to walk like that, and we used to scold you. Maybe you may hit by some windows or doors or these walls or like that, but you were nice, you weren't going like that, but you had many scoldings too for that. And later on when yeah, as I said, I brought this book, Old Path and White Clouds. There I happened to read this Buddha walking meditation, in walking meditation with closed eyes. So I think I told you that day itself, okay, we know you were doing the same thing when you were a child. So that was the thing. And other thing which I found profoundly in your behavior was painting. Painting was your, I think, your passion from right very small age. I remember you giving me all these gifts and for our marriage days or birthdays with bottles crushed into powder and sprinkling on that painting, and yeah, wonderful paintings, wonderful drawings, and with some logos you used to write. And even I preserve them even today. The wonderful. So very nice. I found that in you. That's these two very profoundly. And regarding my son, right from childhood, he used to hold. He was very much interested in this cars, vehicles, motor vehicles, and every day he used to sleep with two cards in his hands and used to sleep like that. However, we tried to remove it. He used to hold them tight. So later on, okay, I thought it was because children, they are very much fascinated by this, interested in this. As a boy, they are very much interested in these vehicles and like that. So I used to think like that. And as he growing very early, he asked his dad for a bike. And even though he's varying, his dad gave him this Pulsar. And within 2 3 years, he wanted another bike, another heavy motor vehicle, and again he brought that one. And today he stood there. Now he wants this motorbike, this sports bike itself. And I don't know what the names are. He tell me he shows us the videos of that sports bike, and he tells, "Oh, okay, mom, that is my passion. That is my passion. I wanted to be a racer like that." So we are not into that. We are not into that. We are not into that. We are not bold enough to send him to racing like that because now he is 30, and I don't know if it's the right age for him to go or not to support him. But I really think it might be his passion from last life of being a racer, because whenever he sees the bikes and his passion is growing day by day. Now he's going to become a father. Still, he wants to have this bike, this sports bike. Ma, please help me. Please support me. I want to become a racer. He goes on demanding me like that because we are against that. So I found that okay, he might be interested, undesired, maybe unfulfilled desire, which he might be carrying from last lives or like that. I don't know whether to encourage him or not because it's too dangerous sport. Actually, I think like that. So these two things, this about you and about my son, I had these experiences, and this is all I wanted to share. And it is nice. I hope that he will be safe, be safe, and had safe journey. I was praying for that. Even now, my son went to that place. I think he'll bring the news of this. I'm waiting for that. Okay, thank you all.
Thanks, Amma. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you. Yeah, it's really, like we cannot sometimes we don't know like what my brother is going through, like we he has lot of passion towards these bikes and cars and everything, and sometimes as a parent we think whether is it right or not. So like yesterday we had learned about the children having the past lives, remembering the past lives, and they carry the same thoughts to this life as well. So for example, the gun, the man was that boy was carrying a gun. So like sometimes we don't know whether to make them pursue that career or not. So mom, you have to question yourself and you have to check with yourself to have this answer. So
I
yeah.
don't know with you. I'm just
Mm,
waiting. Yeah, because you had the passion of this painting and you wanted to join into arts, though your father was reluctant to send you far. But
mm,
as it's safe, it's good
mm,
because we all think, okay, one has to earn their living, so they have to become a doctors or engineers. Oh, art is not that much appreciated in our
yes.
times. In our time, so we usually think, okay, my child should become a doctor or engineer, so he has to be in a good position like that. He has to earn a good name in the society like that. Okay, we are brought up in that system. So your father was little bit against for your wish of sending you
Mm,
to Hyderabad for your art studies. But luckily, I think you proved it. You got it, and you reached your destination, and you fulfilled your desire. And okay, now he is very much proud of you. So regarding my son, I don't know. I'm still in confusion as to what to do. I think
yeah.
sometimes I think, okay, it's better. Okay, he took birth as our son, so that we may fulfill his desire. Uh, Thinking like that,
Mm,
he might have born to us because though his father is he's little bit strict. sometimes he yields for everything. Okay, Sai, okay, I will buy you for. Okay, wait for some time, I'll give it to you. So I don't know. Still, I'm confused. So he's now even every day he comes home. Whenever he puts on the video of that sports and the racing, and oh, see, mom, how nice they're going. I wanted to become like that. So regarding you, it's a safe thing, and because of this, I don't know, because it's a very dangerous sport. I don't know. We have to see. We have to wait and see. I think I'll leave it for destiny. We'll wait and see. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom, for sharing. Yes. Yes.
Madhu, may I
So,
take a minute more, please? I'm so sorry to
yes, please,
interrupt.
Vandana. No. Please go ahead.
I'm really sorry, everybody, to have created so much of a confusion about this, but it is actually the way we all knew we always go up.
Yes.
These are
Yes.
just the very few exceptional cases that I spoke of. I would rephrase it that we should try and live a balanced life so that, we are not on the polarities, so these kind of exceptions don't happen to us.
Yeah.
They happen to very, very, very few people, say we can say 0.1%, but it is the way we all know we always go up, and enlightenment is only and only through the human body, human form. That's
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yes, Vandana. Okay, Vandana.
Yeah.
It's not any confusion. What you said is very true. Yeah, that cow, its name was Lakshmi. It got enlightened. So that is very true. And really, what you said is right. And it got enlightened. And uh, okay, I do have that book, and I will search for that. Search for that. As I went to
There's a
Tiruvannamalai,
crow
I've been
also
there,
in the
and it's buried very near to this Ramana Maharshi's ashram itself. And he had many cow and one dog, and the cow's name was Lakshmi, and it was very, very affectionate towards Ramana Maharshi. So once, okay, I too will check it, the book, and I will let you know. And there is no confusion, Vandana. It's very nice. What you shared is very nice.
and there's a crow also with the cow. If you will search
Yeah,
it, you'll
yeah,
find
crow.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crow also is, yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you so much, Vandana. Yeah. Just Pavni garu.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, Madhu.
Yes, I just wanted to share one of Patri sir's quote about evolution and enlightenment. He says that evolution is unconscious enlightenment and enlightenment is conscious evolution. Yeah, I just wanted to share that quote.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, Mother. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Evolution is unconscious enlightenment, and enlightenment is a conscious evolution. Wonderful. Great. Yes. Yes, friends. So I think that's all for today. And we have learned the new things today, and we will research a little bit about it, and we will check with Patriji. And friends, this 30th Patri sir is coming. So if you have any questions that needs to be answered, please pen it down, and you can ask directly to Patri sir on that day. So yes, friends, and that's one thing. And the other thing is, like, for tomorrow, we will be having again a wonderful article about Death Gate into a Fuller and Higher Life by C.W. Ledbetter. So yes, friends, and today evening also we do have session by Master Nilima. So please do join us, and enjoy more and more meditating, and more and more sharings. Yes, it's always wonderful to hear everybody's perspectives and everybody's learning, so that we all can grow and we all can learn. So thank you so much for each one of you for making me and making me realize so many things which I was not aware of, and I'm growing with those informations every day that you've been sharing. Thank you so much. So we'll see you all soon, friends.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you so